Hi. Have you ever had a migraine that has just stopped you in your tracks? I remember a day I was struck so hard that all I could do was sit in a quiet room with the lights off, curled up under a soft blanket. Even moving slightly to just get a sip of water was too much. And this wasn't the first time. I would not wish that torture on anybody. So today, discover 3 simple ways to ease migraines and step back into your life. How do migraines affect our lives? Each person has their own experience. Even though migraines are recognized as a neurological disorder, there's so much more to it. We have the primary symptoms and problems, and then we have the secondary symptoms and problems where we're missing out on our lives. When we're hidden away in a darkened room, we're not meeting our friends for a chat and a cup of coffee or tea, or going to the park with our family. And a lot of times, even able to go to work. It is so tough. I get it. Today, I'm going to share 3 simple holds that may help. They've helped me feel better. But first, a bit about migraines, who and how many people have them, and information from the migraine experts about symptoms and coping techniques. I'm including some online resources at the end of the talk that you may find helpful. The figures on who and how many people are affected vary. The basic detail is that it's a lot of people. In fact, 1 in 7 people get recurring migraines. It's more women than men. It's more common, or most common, between the ages of 41 and 60. And migraines are actually more common than tension headaches. That really surprised me. I didn't know that. And even more so, before I started researching migraines, I thought I was the only one. It's not so true. And that is just not true. There's so many people. So if we look at the symptoms of migraines, they do vary from person to person. Some people might have only one or all of them. It might even change depending on the type or the time of day or the time in your life. And it can be tricky. It's estimated that people who are experiencing these symptoms aren't diagnosed for about 7 years from their first onset. Geez, 7 years, that's a long time. Now, these are common things that you might have even if you don't have migraines. But the pain, normally on one side of the head, sensitivity, and this can be to light, sound, touch, even the feeling of your jumper on you. It can be stiff, especially in the neck. Vision changes. Some people have vertigo, other people have zigzags, other people have auras. It really varies. And you probably already know a lot more than I do on this part of it. But you can also have nausea. And one of the things that I heard that really struck me, I think it was Migraine Ireland. It's not just a headache. It's so much more. You may already have a lot of coping tools that can help with your migraines. It's one of those things where they're common sense things, easy to see in circles on the page or writing them down, but putting them into practice might be a little bit harder, because when you're having symptoms, that's the last thing you want to do. But when you're in a better frame of mind and a better state, keep a track of when you get them, how long they are, identify your triggers. They recommend gentle exercise when you're feeling well enough, and getting your sleep, and reducing stress. So these are just a few things that you can do to help yourself. Reducing stress is an area where Shin Jyutsu, what I'm talking to you about today and sharing, it can really help. I'll share a bit of the background with you in a moment, but let's start with a simple hold first. For the first option, just try holding your forehead with one hand, and then the middle of your neck with the other hand. You don't have to press or rub or manipulate it, just gently rest your hands. Breathe and relax. If you're doing this on your own, I'd recommend a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes, but even as much as 20 minutes can be really helpful. This is the first step of one of the energetic flows that we use. If this isn't comfortable, you may want to do it when you're lying in bed and lean back and it supports your arm so it doesn't get too tired. But if that's not comfortable, you can also hold your middle finger. There's a connection of the energetic pathways in your middle finger that's the same as when you're holding your forehead and your neck. Again, hold it gently and easily. I remember when I first started learning Shin Jyutsu, I used to grip my hands so hard they get white. And it doesn't have to be that way. It works just as well, maybe even a little bit better. So holding these positions on your body or your fingers, it actually works with the energetic meridians, very much like acupuncture, but no needles. There are many energetic pathways in your body, and each has a specific function to help support you. Now, in addition to the meridians, excuse me for 1 second, it's very, very hot here today. We're having a heat wave in Ireland. Wonderful for the weather. A bit warm though. In addition to these meridians that you would see through reflexology and acupuncture, Shin Jyutsu uses 52 specific places on the body, 26 on the left, 26 on the right, and they are specific places that help these energetic pathways, and they each have their own benefits for us. Now, you might want to see, do you feel any different after holding your finger or holding your forehead and your neck for a few minutes? Oftentimes, people feel more relaxed with less tension and pain. And sometimes people can sense the energetic pulsation going through their body. And sometimes it's less noticeable. It's different for each person. Even if you don't sense it, the energy is still moving through your body, and holding these places can help it to move better. So that's the first of the 2 holds, and here's the second one. This is a little bit more on your hips. So where your thighs meet your hips, I don't know if you can see in the picture, just at the top of your thighs, just rest your hands on that place. This helps to move the energy away from your head and to descend the front of your body. Again, you can hold this for as long as you like, and if it's not comfortable to do that, you can hold your little finger. I find it really helpful if I'm in public and I don't want to be holding different positions, to just hold my fingers, and it works really well. Now, the third option that I'm going to share with you today is way down at the bottom of your body, on the ankle, just on the outside. And what you can do is put your right hand on your right ankle bone and your left hand on your left ankle bone. As you reach down and hold the outside of your ankles, this specific place on our body is called, known as Safety Energy Lock 16. And it helps transform things, bring us into activity, and to break down any crystals, which can happen when we have migraines. And if you're not comfortable reaching down to your ankles, as you can see, I went ahead and grabbed my thumb. You can hold your thumb instead. And again, just relax. One of the really nice things is that as you're holding your thumb or the other places in your body, there's benefits beyond just one thing. Because, for example, our thumb helps our ankles. It also helps with digestion. It helps us with worry. It helps us with mental clarity. So there's a lot of benefits that you can get from a simple hold. All these options can help your energy to flow more freely, your body to function better, and you can feel better. Now, I won't go into the detailed specific relationships today or the many other holds and options that Shin Jyutsu offers, but what I will focus with you today is my main focus that I have when working with my clients. Is to help them feel better and to be able to get back to doing the things in their lives that they love. Whether it's going for a chat or doing other things, it's your life and you deserve to enjoy it. Now, I hope you've enjoyed your sprinkling of Shin Jyutsu. If it resonates with you, I'd like you to know that there's hope and there's help. If you'd like to explore this a bit more, I offer in-person sessions as well as online sessions. It gives more options and flexibility depending on your circumstances, where you live, and what's going on in your life. And just before I wrap up today, I'd like to share a list of useful resources. These are some of the really robust entities that I've been researching. And I have not only the list, but also the links of the useful resources. And this doesn't include specific doctors or healthcare providers. They're general support organizations for people who are suffering with migraines, or if you have a loved one who is suffering with migraines. I've touched on bits of information that's available through these resources. There's lots more on the sites. And if you have other sites that you've found helpful, I would love to hear about them. And then the last few important points, the takeaways from today. Shin Jyutsu acupressure offers you the opportunity to help yourself anytime, anywhere. You can learn the techniques and the holds very simply and easily. And you can do it anytime, anywhere, like I said, because if you're in public, it's very simple, whether you're sitting in a family dinner or sitting at a meeting, to just hold your thumb. People do it all the time. If you'd like to receive a copy of this presentation, I'm more than happy to share it with you. Just put your contact details in the chat or message me directly. And then lastly, if you are called to find out more, you can reach me by phone, on my website, Energy Flows, or on the social media pages. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the messages, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.